And I'm muted. Good start. Welcome back to Leeds Lately for the live watch-along of Leeds United versus Bournemouth at Elland Road. Welcome to everybody who is with us so far. We'll talk a little bit about the lineups soon, and we'll get into it very, very shortly. Let me just make sure that I can get the game up as well. Had a bit of a rush on before we started this, so excuse me for still having to set this up a little bit here. It shouldn't be too long though. Leeds United versus Bournemouth today. Big game. In my preview, talked about how they are going to press high and we are going to essentially have to really kind of weather the storm of their press, because that's something we really struggled with against Arsenal. Obviously, Bournemouth aren't as good as Arsenal, but they still gave Liverpool a run for their money on the opening day. So, yeah, we need to be kind of aware that they may be difficult opposition for us today. Welcome to everybody who is joining us. Welcome, of course, to all of our Leeds Lately members. Looks like we've got Chewy Backer, Karen Curtin, CB. Looks like we've also got John Garside in the chat, Robert Wetzel as well. So welcome, Ryan Tune as well. Welcome to all of our Leeds Lately members, of course. And of course, as well, welcome to our non-members as well. Welcome to our regular subscribers. It's good to have you all here. And of course, every single one of you supporting the channel helps me to keep it going. So thank you all so much for joining me today. We are just... we seem to be in the 45th minute here for some reason. Let me just fix that. I need to send that right back to the start of the game. Let's make that a little bit smaller. And then we can go on. Score bug, here it is. First half, there we go. Back down to 0. So, of course, when the game actually starts to get underway and stuff, we will also talk about the lineups again, but we'll just quickly go through the lineups here. So at the moment, it looks like this is going to be the Bournemouth lineup. Petrovic in goal. Christie, Senesi, Diakite and Truffert, I think, will be the back four. Adams and Adley in the midfield with Semenyo and Clivert out wide. You've also got Jimenez and Evan Nielsen there as the attacking threats as well. That is the way that Bournemouth look to be setting up. And of course, the Leeds lineup. If I just press this button here, there we go. Leeds United look to be lining up in a 4-3-3 once again with Carl Darlow in goal. Jaden Bogle, Pascal Strauch and Joe Rodon join Goodmanson to make up this unchanged back four. Then you've got Ampadu, Stack and Longstaff in the midfield with Aronson and Okafor out on the wings with Calvert-Lewin up front. Of course, Okafor, Calvert-Lewin and Stack, all goal scorers. All goal scorers in the last game. So hopefully they can add to their tally of their... of course, they've scored their first ever Leeds goal in that game. And hopefully they can add to that as well. Just going to leave that on the screen for you all to see. Why did you think we were playing away today? That is because I thought we were playing away, Chewy, and I had the thumbnail the wrong way around and I had everything the wrong way around, but I fixed it, and that's why I was in such a rush, because I wanted to fix it before we started. So I managed to get it started. I managed to get it fixed, sorry. So that's hey, there we go. We're all right, we've got it. So that's not the old age effect. Chewy, that's my fault. Today's stream, though, and for this month, essentially, our streams are sponsored by Match Bingo. So if you just have a little look to my left here, your right, Match Bingo is a new way to bet, essentially. it's bingo, but for football. So, like as you can see, you can bet on VAR, corners, goals, throw-ins, anything that you can think of in those bingo cards. And if you use the QR code on screen now, you can see powered by Match Bingo at the bottom. If you use the QR code at the bottom, you will be able to sign yourself up for Match Bingo, and you'll be able to get yourself a. Just one of the guys at the ground is absolutely soaked. You'll be able to get yourself a bingo card essentially for this game, for example, where you can have a look through. You can have a look through and you can tick off the things when they happen, when there's a throw-in, when there's a corner, when there's a yellow card, when a VAR call happens, anything like that. And once you get a full house, you'll be in with a chance of winning some money. So essentially, it's bingo, but for football. So, yeah. And of course, if you do enter the Match Bingo thing, even if you don't sign up, if you go through the link and have a look at the website, that's a bit essentially what I'm trying to do, get more people to have a look at it. So if you do, that would really help me out as well, because those links will help tell the sponsor that I'm sending people over there. So if you want to go and have a little look, you can either use your phone camera to scan the QR code on screen, or you can go to my link in the description, and that will allow you to view the options for the bingo cards for this. I'll mention it again a couple of times throughout the stream, but of course, hopefully you'll have a little bit of patience with me, because sponsorships and things like that is how I keep the channel going. And at the moment, not much is happening anyway. The players are all in the tunnel ready to come out. But at the moment, not much else happening today. So I'll mention that again later on. But throughout the stream, it will be on the screen if you want to scan the QR code. And also, as you can see at the bottom there, it says that it's sponsored by Match Bingo as well. So, yes. And also, I have to disclose that it's an ad, which #ad it is. So thank you to Match Bingo for sponsoring this one. We'll mention that again a bit later on. But for now, the Leeds players are heading out onto the pitch. Michael Oliver, the referee for this one. Ampadu leads Leeds United out as captain, followed by Darlow, Strauch, Longstaff, Rodon, Stack, Goodmanson, Aronson, Bogle, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, as well as Noah Okafor as well. Yep, again, like Robert Wetzel is saying down below, guys, make sure that you don't call out a goal before I have reacted to it, just so you avoid spoiling the game for me. Thank you so much. Welcome Daz Payne as well, another one of our Leeds Lately members, and of course Penny Lane, a regular who's been here since way back. Thank you everybody for joining me. As you can see, that is the Leeds lineup on the screen at the moment. We'll go through the lineups again shortly, but Leeds United are looking for another victory here after getting 3 points against Right, hello. I should be back. Power cut, which is just such a horrendous time for that to happen. Just as we started, so that's good. I'm back. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I had a power cut, so just let me try and get this sorted. I am back, but unfortunately we are struggling a bit here. Just have to give me 2 seconds. So Leeds did have a chance that I missed. Good save by the goalkeeper. Right, I've got the game back now. Let me just try, everything's gone wrong, so you just have to give me a second. I can still commentate on the game, though. It's just that I, for some reason, don't have the lineups and things like that. That's Ampadu with the ball there. Evan Nielsen fouled there by Ampadu, and it's going to be a free kick to Bournemouth. Hey, that means we've got that back. And then line up. There we go. Right, I just need to start the timer and catch it up, and then we're completely concentrated on the game, and we've only missed 3 minutes. Ball forward goes all the way through to Darlow there. There we go. We're all caught up and everything should be fine now. Here's Aronson out on the right-hand side. Aronson tackled there by Tyler Adams, his America compatriot, but they do lose the ball here, Leeds, and here's Evan Nielsen charging forward. Still going, Evan Nielsen. Tries to play it to the edge of the box for Semenyo. And then a shot from distance is way over the bar by Christie, and it's going to be a Leeds United goal kick there. Yeah, we're all back. We're fine now. It's just that it all just... Yeah, I don't know if... I don't think it was a power cut. I think for some reason all the upstairs sockets tripped. So I'm not sure why that is. Which is kind of worrying, but at least it didn't kill my computer. Fingers crossed. Oh, that's one thing we're missing, though. We are missing the ticker from the bottom of the screen. I thought it looked a bit bare. There was something that wasn't quite right. Here's Bournemouth with the ball, playing it back to the defenders again. There we go. There, looks like a normal stream again now. Ball down the line here towards Semenyo. Aronson with a good piece of defending there. Here is a corner kick here for Bournemouth. About halfway through the 6th minute here. Ball comes in low to the edge of the box. Shot over the bar. Some early signs that Bournemouth are going to pile on the pressure in these early stages, but Iraola is a disciple of Bielsa, and one thing that Leeds used to do under Bielsa is really crank up the pressure in those opening exchanges to try and get an early goal. So let's hope that Leeds can weather that storm and come into the game a bit more. Here's Darlow. Now Ampadu. Rodon can carry it a little bit here, but no, instead he goes back to Darlow. Now Pascal Struijk. Struijk. Darlow clears that left-footed. Free winner there for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who drops it off, and now here's Jayden Bogle with a little ball dripped over the top there, but Aronson can't quite get on the end of it. Here's Adams. Now Semenyo. Bogle gets a foot in, and it is a Leeds United throw in there. Oh, no, it's not. It's a Bournemouth throw, and it's just that Bogle tried to take it with confidence. Here is Diakite now at the back for Bournemouth. Out to the right-hand side. Now Adams, drop back off to Diakite. Ball forward by Senesi here into Semenyo. Semenyo tries to play a ball through to Evan Nielsen, just wide of Evan Nielsen's foot, and he can't get hold of the ball in that attacking phase there. Good little bit of play from Bournemouth. Shows how dangerous they can be, and Semenyo is definitely, for me, one of the danger men in this Bournemouth side. Really good. Here's Darlow. Back out to Struijk here. Struijk with a clearance up the line. Now Darlow with a long clearance forward towards Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin trying to chest it down. I feel like he had a lot of pressure on his back there, and that's what he's saying to the referee. Potentially too much, in my opinion, from Diakite. But here's Tyler Adams. Now Senesi. Out to Truffert here on the left-back position. Bogle wins the tackle, but it is going to be a throw-in. Now Christie. Christie again, back into Senesi. Over for a draw this afternoon, I think it's going to be real tough. Yeah, I think Bournemouth are a difficult opposition, you know. We are still unbeaten in the league at Elland Road for over a year. Here's Struijk. Plays that ball up the line there. Cut out though. Kluivert trying to get across into the box, but he manages to drop it off here. Ball back again for Bournemouth for another crossing chance. Good foot there from Struijk. Forces them to go backwards here. Shot from Tyler Adams from distance is cut out there, but Bournemouth still come away with the ball. Another ball into the box from Senesi, and Darlow can catch that one easily. Yeah, they've lost some key players, Bournemouth. Dejan Hewison that went to Real Madrid. Also Milos Kerkez that went to Liverpool. They've lost some really key players, but they still seem to be pretty good this season. That's going to be a Leeds throw in here. Longstaff gives it to Bogle to take. Bogle down the line here, but no one to pick it up, and Senesi can just take that one. Oh, yes, Zabani as well. I forgot about Zabani. I was trying to think there was more players that were key for them last season that they've lost. Here's Tyler Adams. Now Diakite. Played into Clivert and then out wide. And Goodmanson's tackle on the halfway line is adjudged to have been an illegal one, and it's going to be a free kick to Bournemouth. There we are. Here's Diakite. Ball out to the right-hand side now. Then dropped off again to Senesi at the back. Ball down the line here to Truffert. Crossing opportunity. Good foot by Bogle, though, because that was into the feet of Semenyo. And then Bogle does really well there, and Leeds can maybe come away here. Goodmanson tackled. That's definitely got to be a yellow card, stopping a counter-attack there. Yeah, 100% yellow card there. So if anybody has signed up for their card for Match Bingo, a yellow card for Jimenez might have been on there. Yeah, he just puts a hand into his chest, takes him down, and that's a free kick to Leeds. Bogle, back to Rodon, and then back to Darlow. Like I said before, I think this is a game where it's about weathering the storm in the early phases and hoping we can get something a little bit deeper into the game. Calvert-Lewin to Okafor. Okafor loses out. Clivert has turned Strauch there, and Strauch is trying to get back. Ampadu is covering him nicely, though, and then Rodon comes in with a really good tackle on Evan Nielsen, and then Stack misses that chance to tackle, and here's Adley. Adley here into Truffert, cleared away by, well, nearly cleared away by Ampadu, but it went backwards and Darlow was able to catch it because it definitely wasn't an intentional pass back. Here's Goodmanson, carried the ball quite well up the pitch there. Clivert is Patrick Clivert's son, yes, Justin Clivert he is. Here's Anton Stack. Now Pascal Strauch. Stack, back to Strauch again. Great tackle there by Longstaff. Ampadu tries to play it across to Okafor. It's a really poor pass from Ampadu. He's just careless there. Here's Senesi. Now Semenyo. Down the line here. Semenyo tries to get it back, but a good tackle by Longstaff stops that, and it's going to be a Bournemouth throw-in. Man City 1-0 up against Burnley. Palace 1-0 up against Liverpool. Thanks, Tim. Remember as well, by the way, if you are going to sign up to Match Bingo, gamble responsibly, and if there is any concerns about that, there is a link in the bottom line of the description for gambleaware.org. Ball into the box here from Clivert, headed away by Strauch though. Now Tyler Adams picks it up. Dropped off to Senesi. Now Truffert. Dropped off again by Clivert here to Senesi. Here's Evan Nielsen. Good tackle though by Leeds. Senesi has it again at the back. Here's Diakite. I forgot to change my fantasy league. team. So I hope it's all... I hope it's... Oh, to be fair, I think I'm happy with the team that I've got anyway. I didn't make any subs this week, though. Left Salah as captain, but they're playing against Palace, aren't they? So, oh, they're 1-0 down against Palace, actually. Anyway, Bournemouth with the ball still here. Here's Diakite. Now Christie with the ball back to Petrovic, one of the Leeds United goalkeeper targets in the summer. Headed away there, though. Excuse me. Here's Kluivert. Now Tyler Adams, of course, the ex-Leeds man, would have been up against Sinistera as well if he hadn't have been a complete flop. Here's Christie. Dropped off to Tyler Adams again. Hi, Clive. Yeah, I do. I've got Rodon and Goodmanson. Usually I have Van Hecker in there, but I swapped him out because they were playing against one of the top sides, weren't they? I can't remember who, but... Here's Carl Darlow then with the goal kick. That early chance for Calvert-Lewin could have been a big one. Long ball forward here as Darlow comes in. Darlow sends it long, and Leeds do pick up the ball, but a poor pass there from Stack towards Goodmanson. But Goodmanson's done so well to win the ball back. Goodmanson with a cross into the box, headed away to the edge. Now Longstaff. Longstaff shoots. Darlow! Why do I keep saying Darlow? Calvert-Lewin! It just saved by Petrovic so well, and then another header by Aronson, saved by Petrovic again. I don't know why I shouted Darlow. Strauch done well there to save that, but Calvert-Lewin probably should have put that in the back of the net there. Longstaff back again. It was a Longstaff shot that was going wide that Dominic Calvert-Lewin managed to try and poke goalwards, and he probably should have scored there again. Here's Aronson with the ball outside to Bogle now. Leeds with a little bit of attacking threat. Bogle with the ball across the box. Aronson does so well. Oh, Dominic Calvert-Lewin probably had more time than he thought there as Aronson flicked it over his own head straight to Calvert-Lewin. He just headed it straight to the goalkeeper. I feel like he probably could have brought the ball down there, Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, he had time. He had time, Calvert-Lewin. He didn't need to head that. He'd have been better off trying to volley it. Yeah, I think Brendan Aronson's been good so far. Here's Strauch. Now Goodmanson. Tries to play the ball down the line. It manages to get to Okafor. Now Stack. Now Goodmanson again. Goodmanson carries it forward here. Now Okafor. Into Aronson, who's drifted across to the opposite side. Aronson, back to Ampadu. Now Rodon. If Rodon can find Bogle here, he's in a little bit of space. Aronson's drifted back out to the right-hand side, but Longstaff goes back inside now to Ampadu. Bogle into Aronson's feet. Aronson with the man on his back, but gives it to Stack, who now gives it to Longstaff. Now Aronson with a cross towards the box. It's deflected away and then cleared eventually by Kluivert. Oh, sorry, cleared to Kluivert. Good tackle by Ampadu, but the ball stayed with Kluivert, and then a foul by Ampadu means it's going to be a free kick to Bournemouth just inside the Bournemouth half. I have Salah and Haaland as well. And Richarlison and Ekitike. Here's Senesi. Now Truffert. Back to Senesi again, and then across to Diakite. Ball forward here from Adley. Here's Tyler Adams. Is this the first home game Calvert-Lewin started? I think so, yeah. Here's Semenyo out on the out on the left-hand side, sorry. Still going Semenyo, gives the ball to Adams on the inside. Good tackle there by Aronson, and it goes out for a throw-in on the halfway line to Bournemouth. Here's Senesi. Long ball forward here from Senesi. Up to Semenyo, and Bogle comes across to try and put some pressure on him. Ball to the edge of the box for Christie. Longstaff does well to just force him to go backwards to Tyler Adams there. Hi Pierre, welcome to the stream. Just posted your print this morning. Here is Christie. Back again to Diakite now, and then back across to Senesi. Senesi with a long ball down the line towards Truffert, who picks that one up nicely. Back to Christie again, who tries to cross it in, hits Aronson around the midriff and goes out for a corner kick to Bournemouth. Oh no, I don't know what the announcement was. If anybody can tell me what the announcements were at that 2:45, then somebody let me know. Imagine people who are at the game will know. Kluivert then takes this corner towards the back post, headed away by Strauch. Picked up here by Truffert. Back down the line again to Kluivert. Gets a second chance to cross the ball into the box. It's a deep cross that eventually bounces out for a goal kick. Johnny Giles' lifetime achievement. Goodmanson does really well to cross the ball in earlier, and then Longstaff has a shot, and yeah, he just can't get enough on it. Calvert-Lewin to put it in the corner. Really annoying. Here's Senesi. Now Truffert. Another long cross into the box, headed away by Strauch. It's going to be a throw-in on the opposite side to Bournemouth here. Yeah, we have been under siege for a little bit during this first half, but we're trying to weather that storm. Semenyo then is going to be the one to take this throw-in. Looks like it's going to be a long throw-in, which seem like they're very much back in fashion this season. Chelsea 1-0 against Brighton. Enzo Fernandez, thanks for the update, Chaz. Headed up in the air, that long throw-in. The ball's bouncing around in the box, eventually away by... Well, was going to say away by Stack, but apparently that was a foul, and it's going to be a free kick right on the edge of the box. Right on the edge of the box. Yeah, it's cheating there from Christie. So they have a free kick here right on the edge of the Leeds box. We could be punished with a free kick like what we scored ourselves last week. Free kick then here to Bournemouth. Semenyo and Clivert standing over it. One 0 to Bournemouth. It's gone straight under the wall and through everyone. It's shocking that. It's shocking that. Really poor defending. He's just put it low and hard right under the wall, under the goalkeeper, under everyone. I mean, you could see exactly what they were trying to do. No, it didn't go through. It didn't go under the wall. It went. They stood 3 players in front of our wall. Oh, it did go under the wall. Never mind. They stood 3 players in front of our wall, which basically blocked the goalkeeper's view, and then they all just dissipated as he went to take it. Well, we leave ourselves a mountain to climb yet again. Now Aronson. Ball with Strauch now. It's not, they weren't in front of the wall. They were next to the wall. Hold on a second. If that went under the wall, where was Aronson? I saw him lying down under the wall. So where was he when the free kick was taken? I don't understand that. Here's Strauch. How do you know that, William? Are you in the stadium? I think Aronson should have been facing the... I think Aronson should have been facing the ball, so at least he could see and try to move himself to block it if he needed to. He was there, but it just went around him. His stack to Calvert-Lewin. Little chipped ball through. Bogle trying to chase it down, but he's just going to be able to play it back to his goalkeeper here, the Bournemouth defender. There's something about that, though, that does feel unsportsmanly. Standing in front of the goalkeeper's view. I don't know. Yeah, you do anything you can to win, and if it's within the rules, fine. And I'd probably be fine with it if Leeds did it. But there's just something about it that just seems a bit scummy. If it's going to be a really good free kick, it's going to be a really good free kick. But if they're going to score because the goalkeeper can't see, then I don't know. Something about it rubs me up the wrong way. Well, we turned it around last week against Wolves, who, granted, are a better side than... Bournemouth are a better side than Wolves, but we've shown it's possible. Here's True Fair. Plays it out wide here to Semenyo. Christie with the ball down the line. Bogle's able to win that one. Aronson's lost out there. What is he doing? Again, Bogle wins the ball back. And then Bogle, he's done so well there, Bogle, in that little phase of play. Must be so annoying, though, when someone else comes in to help you and then just loses the ball. Here's Strauch. Now Ampadu. Jesus, Ampadu. Ampadu's absolutely killed Darlow there, and Darlow had to just boot it out. Here's Diakite. Now Senesi. Truffert. Forward into Semenyo. I would take a 1-1 draw, in this game. Here's Okafor coming forward. Okafor's done really well there. He's still going. He's got about 4 Bournemouth players around him. Still going Okafor. Cross into the box. It goes over everyone, and Leeds will... Oh, no, Leeds won't be able to pick it up through Bogle. It shouldn't be that easy for Senesi to play out of the press there. And now they've got a run on us on the counter here, Bournemouth. Ball across the box, Rodon, Ampadu and Longstaff are able to take that away. Longstaff with a good ball out wide to Okafor here. Now Stack, but then Leeds are too slow to try and get going again, going the other direction. Ampadu. He's nearly killed Darlow again there with a back pass that Evan Nielsen nearly nicked on the end of. I know what you mean, Shuey, but I think I would like to draw against the likes of Bournemouth, not lose. Like, we should be losing against the top 5-6 teams, drawing against the mid-pack who are going for Europe, and then winning against relegation rivals, and that should give you enough to survive. But I would have liked to see a draw at home out of this game. Because if you're not picking up any points at all against Bournemouth... Here's Rodon. Now Longstaff. Good turn by Ampadu. Now Longstaff. Long ball forward here towards Calvert-Lewin. Ball's dropped here for Bogle, though, on the right-hand side. Bogle wants to cross the ball in. He sliced it, and it's going to be a goal kick to Bournemouth. Yeah, but you can't put much stock in that, Clive, because... we've only played, 6 games? I think this is the 6th, isn't it? Goal kick to Bournemouth here. I mean, why are we just watching Daniel Farker and not watching the goal kick? Winner there by Ampadu. Now Bogle. Bogle with a poor touch there. Here's Semenyo. Longstaff having to track back. Good tackle by Longstaff, and then Darlow can come out and get that ball. Good ball and good bit of play there from Goodmanson. Now Longstaff comes forward a little bit here, looking for an option. Dives a little bit there, but wins a free kick from Christie. It's going to be Leeds to get it underway again here. No one to really even pass to. Longstaff has to go all the way back to Darlow again. But can we afford to invest in the January window? That's the thing. We could have done it if Rafinha had won the Ballon d'Or, but here's Bogle. Bogle with tries to get the ball into DCL there, but it is going to be a Leeds corner. So apparently Barcelona would owe Leeds 25 million or 15 million, depending on which reports you read. If Barcelona would owe Leeds 15 to 25 million if Rafinha had won the Ballon d'Or. Rafinha got more goals, more assists than anybody last year. Basically was the best player in the world and came 5th in the Ballon d'Or. And if Leeds... No, Longstaff with the ball into the box. Now Okafor goes to shoot, deflected. It's going to be another corner kick for Leeds. You're saying, can we afford not to? No, we literally can't afford to. Otherwise, we break the rules and get points deduction. We can't afford to spend any more than about £4 or £5 million in January. It's got to be loans if we get anyone in. Or we could get Harry Wilson on loan. Harry Wilson for 5 million or whatever, and then have to loan somebody else in. Corner kick to come in again from Leeds. Longstaff with the corner kick. Headed! Yes! Rodon! 1-1. 1-1. Thank God for that. We're back in it. We are back in it. Thank God for that. Somebody called it before as well. I saw somebody calling it. Who was it? Let's see. Chewy. There you go. 3:36 p.m. It's now 3:38 p.m. 2 minutes ago, Chewy said, Rodon goal incoming, ? Yeah, you're right, actually, Chewy. Well done. Rodon, I mean, it's actually really poor goalkeeping from Petrovic, I think. It's actually really poor goalkeeping from Petrovic. I think maybe he sees it late, but it's straight at him. Semenyo. Semenyo has now been hero to zero because he's his tiny little touch trying to block it took it away from Petrovic. Aronson's played quite well, to be honest, in the first half. Here's Senesi. Back to Petrovic again. It's not, though, Pierre. It's literally how much we've brought in from player sales, etc., and how much we're allowed to spend versus how much we have spent. And we've spent just under what we're allowed to. Okafor then to get the Leeds throw-in. Gives it back to Goodmanson for the throw-in. Jadon Anthony again. I never rated him that much when he was at Leeds. He just seems to... Oh, wow. What a bit of skill that is from Anton Stack. Now Okafor's running towards the Bournemouth box. Okafor going in here. Oh, just loses out right at the last second there. You did so well there. Leeds fans and Okafor himself geeing up the fans. Leeds are really, really pushing for a second right before half-time. Same as what we did against Wolves. I think if the fans get on top of this, there's a chance Leeds go and score another. Throwing into the box, headed away to the edge. Longstaff flicks that one back towards the box. Tyler Adams away, though. Oh, they've got an attack on here. Kluivert coming down the left-hand side. Bogle trying to stop him. Bogle's fallen over now, and then a pass out to Adley. Adley shoots straight into Darlow's gloves. There was an advantage on the edge of the box, though, there, because a Leeds player did wipe out Kluivert, but regardless, it's Leeds with the ball again now. Here's Bogle. Bogle with the clearance down the line. Or clearance, a good pass towards Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin in the corner here. That's going to be a free kick to Bournemouth. No worries, Pierre. Because I think they were... I don't know. They said 100. It was the papers, I think, that said 100 to 150. So I think in reality, it was always going to be about 100 million based on who we could get any money for. Because if we'd have sold Meslier for even 5 million... If we'd have sold Meslier for even 5 million, that would have been 10 million we had to spend on another player, if you get what I mean. And there are a few other players in there as well who, if we could have sold them and got even a couple of million for, we would have been able to spend another 10 to 15 million on a player. Good foot there from Ampadu. Aronson comes across, wins Leeds a free kick. Does really well there. Thank you, Mr. P, so much for the £2 super chat. Fingers crossed for another Leeds goal. Absolutely. Oh, there's a bit of a fracas going on at the moment. A lot of pushing and shoving after that tackle on the Leeds player, and some frustration starting to boil over here. I'm not sure why. Anton Stack is incensed at the moment. But thank you so much, Mr. P, for the £2 super chat. Really, really appreciate that. Everyone make sure you go and like the super chat too. Adams and Ampadu, 2 captains of Leeds United at one point. I mean, Longstaff's coming over to get involved as well. I think it just needs to be the captains in this discussion. Oh no, Adams isn't a captain. Christie's the captain. Ampadu's telling Longstaff to go away. Yeah, a bit of a poor challenge there. A couple of poor challenges, The first one was Christie, and then Adams came in for a poor challenge on Stack as well. And then I think Longstaff and Bogle and a few others were getting involved. But we're all back and underway here. Thanks so much, CB, for the super chat. Come on, Leeds. Let's get 3 points. Thank you, CB. Appreciate that. Leeds coming forward here with Okafor. That's going to be a Leeds United throw-in in the Bournemouth final third. Here's Ampadu then coming over to take a long throw-in. If we can get a little flick on and something to drop in the box, wouldn't this be amazing just before half-time? Do exactly what we did against Wolves. Throw in, comes into the box, it's a long one. Here's Aronson. Ball hits Semenyo on the arse there, not the arm, as a lot of the Leeds fans thought. Aronson's done really well there. I don't think that there's no chance in hell that was a Leeds free kick. Aronson's done so well to win it. Bogle then with the free kick. Do you know what? I think Bogle, you're best off waiting for people. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. He was going to take it quickly, but now I think everybody's going to get on the edge of the box, and Longstaff is going to attempt to whip one in from deep here to get somebody to get ahead on it. Longstaff crosses it deep. Headed back across. Poor. Really poor. It's going to be a throw into Leeds, and Leeds are going to retain possession, but the cross was poor, and then Rodon tried to head it back across, and yeah. Didn't work out well in the end. Here's Goodmanson then with the throw-in. Now Stack. Ampadu's going to have to go all the way back to Darlow here. And imagine that. Oh no, 2 minutes added on to this first half. Should be able to see that on the screen now. Sorry, it's behind there, but we've got sponsors today, so we have to shift everything around a little bit. Darlow then. with the long ball forward. Headed away by Diakite. Then Ampadu over to Goodmanson, who just entirely misses the ball with that header, but he wins it back regardless. Well done. Here's Stack. Now Goodmanson again. Strauch with a ball down the line towards Okafor. Oh, Calvert-Lewin nearly with a fantastic touch, but couldn't quite get the ball back again. Here's Semenyo. Back again to Senesi. Across to Diakite now. And Senesi, the Bournemouth number 5, with it again. Yeah, make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. Here is Clivert. Now Tyler Adams. Has to drop it back off into the centre circle for Senesi, who plays a ball out to the wing. Good touch by Truffert there. Now inside to Christie. Drops back off again to Senesi. Leeds doing well to just kind of force them to go back here, and they've gone all the way back to the goalkeeper Petrovic. Diakite with a little chipped ball forwards. Evan Nielsen's done well to bring that one down and drop it off here. Leeds trying to force them back, though, just before the half-time whistle here. Here's Tyler Adams. And a cross about to come in, maybe. No, they've gone inside instead. Now Clivert. Dropped off to Tyler Adams. They still haven't crossed the ball in Bournemouth here. Now Clivert. To Truffert. Now dropped off to Diakite, and now Senesi. What a pointless waste of time that was, Bournemouth. Well done, I hope you're happy. What a sad little life, Bournemouth. Reset, and then if we press second half, there's 45 minutes. Right, as we usually do, just a quick water bottle fillage. We'll be back very, very soon, and I'll see you shortly. Hello, we are back. 1-1 then at half time. I think that we've done all right to come back into that game. I think a lot of the time as Leeds fans, we can kind of fear the worst whenever we go a goal down, really. But I think we've done well. I think we've done well to come back into this game. And I do think that we are kind of not favourites, but we've got a good chance of coming back into this game. A really, really good chance. And I'm looking forward to seeing this second half because whilst I might be a bit nervous about it, I think that we could do something. And if we win another game, we'll be in dreamland this many. If we have 3 wins in the first 6, is it 6 that we've played? Table. Yeah, if we have 3 wins in the first 6 that we've played, amazing. If we'd have got that draw against Fulham as well, how good would that have been? But as it stands, we're looking pretty good in 10th place. I mean, when you consider, like, Wolves are on 3... that's 3 goals, 4. They're on... Oh, I think I've not got it wide enough to see the point. Wolves are on 0 points. We've lost 5 out of 5. West Ham are on 3 points. Lost 4 out of 5. Villa, 3 points. Forest, 5 points. Burnley, 5 points. The fact that we're up on 8 points after 6 games, if we could make that 10 points, we'd be in dreamland. That would be amazing. It really would be, considering what we're expecting. But I think obviously we've only seen 6 games, but I think from what we've Oh, I think we're back. Anyway, so basically, yeah, as it stands, we're 10th. But wouldn't it be amazing if we could win this game and basically get up onto 10 points? That would be amazing. Yeah, it wasn't Aronson's fault. I don't think it was massively Darlow's either. I think everybody had to take a little bit of responsibility. Did Leeds score on the only chance they had? No, we had a chance very early in the game. Calvert-Lewin had a 1-on-1 from the right-hand side. Then we had one where Longstaff had a shot across the box that was going wide, but DCL poked it goalwards and the goalkeeper saved it. Then we had one where Aronson flicked it over his own head and it went to DCL. He had probably more time than he should have done, than he realised, sorry, and he headed it pretty tamely to the goalkeeper. So, yeah, we could have been in a lot better position than we are in this game, and we have had other chances. So that is that's a positive sign. That is a positive sign. Remember as well, we'll obviously be kicking off shortly, but this live stream is sponsored by Match Bingo, and as well as the bingo for VAR cards, anything like that I mentioned earlier in the stream, you can also get a bingo card for teams to score a goal. There are many on there, so if you want to check it out, so for example, I don't know, let's say you had Leeds to score a goal, Bournemouth to score a goal, Manchester City to score a goal, etc., etc. When you had 2 full lines of goal scorers, you could then claim your winning ticket. So use the QR code there, use your phone camera to go to Match Bingo from here, or you can use my link in the description down below, and you can also use code LATELY to increase your deposit limit as well. But remember, gamble responsibly, and there is a gamble responsibly link in the description down below at the bottom as well if you do need any help with that. But like I said, it's not your typical just kind of throwing money at the wall. It's a different way, and it's more of a fun, light-hearted bingo card, essentially. So it's essentially playing bingo. But what I will say is make sure that you do gamble responsibly. If you need help with it, go to gambleresponsibly.org down in the description below. Leeds now hopefully will take a little bit of confidence. Leeds now will take a little bit of confidence, hopefully, into this second half. And do you know what, as well, just as a kind of a disclaimer from my point of view, I had said to myself originally that I wouldn't ever take gambling sponsorships, but it's the ones that have done, I've made sure I have researched, and they are smaller companies who are basically providing a little bit more of a fun way to do it. It's not one of your giant bookies. For example, it's a way to play bingo and have fun in like a community aspect. But of course, like I say, I will always say as well, if you don't want to, you don't have to. And there is gamble responsibly links in the description as well. But also, with this all being full time, you'll understand that I have to keep it going. Leeds players just ready to come out of the tunnel. Leeds players coming out of the tunnel now as well. DCL looking to get his second ever Leeds United goal here. Of course, scoring his first ever one against Wolves last week with that really, really good header. Few opportunities for him in the first half. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but nothing that he did well enough to score with. No, I couldn't, Robin, unfortunately. We need to get ready to start the second half timer. Underway again here for the second half as Senesi sends a long ball forwards, headed away by Strauch. Now Stack flicks it on. Adams heads it back in there. Here's Stack, and now Goodmanson plays the ball down the line. Well, Goodmanson with a throw-in then out on the left wing here. Leeds high up in the early stages of this first half. Ball comes into the box there, headed away. Leeds have picked it back up again, though. Not sure why Goodmanson sent that one so high, but Strauch's done really well there. Strauch over on the left wing at the moment. Wins Leeds a throw-in, does really well there, Strauch. Jimenez wondering why Strauch manhandled him so much there, but... Ball thrown into the box here. Goodmanson. Goodmanson with the ball back into the box. Away by Semenyo. Nearly dropped there for Leeds. Chance of a handball as well, but at the moment the VAR will be checking that. Goodmanson with another clearance back down the line. Calvert-Lewin's nearly got there then, and the goalkeeper thought twice about it. Lee 1919, the announcement was that was it Johnny Giles got a lifetime achievement award? It was yes, fine, but like don't make it out like it's going to be some sort of really exciting thing for all the fans. Ball down the line here for Truffert. Truffert to Semenyo with a great turn, but Bogle's done so well to win it back. Longstaff now. Longstaff fouled by Semenyo, and that's going to be a free kick to Leeds United on the edge of their own box. The thing is, Ampadu's long throw isn't that long. It's not a great long throw in. Yeah, no, it wasn't a handball from Semenyo. I've just seen the replay. It did look like it at first, but it was a corner, cross from a corner, Tom, and he was at the back post, headed it. Goalkeeper didn't manage to get on the end. Goalkeeper didn't manage to save it in the end. Karen Curtin saying there was a second announcement at halftime. I don't know about that one. So if somebody does find out what that second announcement was at halftime, then please let me know. So Okafor is one of those players who seems to kind of come in and out of games. There are moments where he looks brilliant and does something amazing, and you think, how could he be a Leeds player? And then there are also moments where he basically doesn't necessarily get involved in the game that much for a lot of the time, but he does have those moments, and he nearly had one before where he basically carried the ball all the way into the box, and right at the last second he was tackled. Here's Rodon. Now Darlow with a clearance. There again, a really good little flick by Okafor, back heel to DCL to keep the move going. Here's Bogle, as the ball is now switched out to the opposite side. Ampadu now. Bogle trying to get on the end of that, but that is going to roll out for a Bournemouth throw-in, unfortunately. Yeah, that's what I mean, Pierre, though. You can't ever put too much stock in performance ratings like that just based on statistics, because Stack's having a good game. Apart from that header he just gave straight to Bournemouth that nearly... Ball came across the box there. Evan Nielsen couldn't get on it, but that could have been a goal there. But it was offside in the end. Commentators curse there, just as I said. Stack's having a good game. He heads it straight back to the Bournemouth player who puts it across the box, but yeah, Evan Nielsen was offside. Yes, Aaron Lennon has done. We need to bring Rafinha back just for the long throw-ins, don't we? Kyle Darlow then to take the goal kick. Or free kick, sorry, in a goal kick position. Up towards Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin's header just goes all the way through to Petrovic. I reckon it's based on all of the other statistics, like get rated, and then they just average it to see what their performance is, but doesn't kind of take into account what position they're playing in and how the kind of things that you don't really see. Oh yeah, I forgot I had Rodon in my FPL and he scored. Here's Christie. Adams. Diakite. Here's Diakite. Now Goodmanson. Ampadu. Ampadu with the ball down the line here to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Tyler Adams asking for offside, but I don't think there was any chance of that being offside. Here's Calvert-Lewin still. Cross to Okafor. Oh, Okafor can't quite get on the end of it. Oh, here's Aronson inside the box. Aronson goes to shoot! Yeah! Oh! That really looked like it had gone in then. It was a terrible, terrible angle there that completely fooled me. Aronson's shot, I thought it had deflected and gone in on the other side of Petrovic, but it didn't. It went out on the opposite side of the goal. Could have easily done, though. It could have easily thrown the goalkeeper, but it is going to be another corner to Leeds. So it was another lifetime achievement award. Ball into the box from Leeds. Headed back across. It's actually going to be another corner as Rodon tried to head it back across, but it hit a Bournemouth player. And it's going to be a Leeds corner kick. It might be our best chance today, you know, these corners and these set pieces that are coming in. It might give us a really good chance of scoring our goals through this avenue. Corners to come in then from Longstaff. Ball comes in towards the back post. Rodon flicks it up in the air, headed up again as far as Okafor. Now Okafor wins it back over on the left-hand side. Goodmanson tries to cross it in. He's kept the ball here, Goodmanson. It's still going. And now Okafor with the ball in the box. Goes to shoot. Leeds go to shoot again and again. Oh my God, it's in! Oh my God, Sean Longstaff just banged it in the top corner. I couldn't believe it. Sean Longstaff just smashed it in the top corner. Leeds 2-1 up against Bournemouth. I thought he hit the side netting and just rolled around the back, but it just went in the top corner and rolled around the inside of the goal. What a finish. Leeds 2, Bournemouth 1. Again, from crossing the ball into the box, we're having a lot of joy through it. Goodmanson did so well there against Christie just to keep battling and keep trying to keep the ball. Eventually he gives the ball to Okafor, then Aronson's shot, and it's off the post and in. What a finish that is. What a finish that is by Sean Longstaff. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it because it hit the post and then went across the opposite side of the goal on the inside. Goodmanson did so well there originally. What a finish that is. It's such a satisfying watch as well. The way it went in, hit the post, rolled all the way around the back of the net and then rolled out the other side. Such a satisfying goal to watch. Get in, Leeds lead at Elland Road. Oh, apparently the VAR are checking it. An offside check. Sean Longstaff's just heard him saying that it's an offside check and then... Yep, definitely counts as a goal. Thank God for that. Yep, it's a goal. It's officially a goal. They can't take it back now. They can't take it away from us. Long ball forward from Bournemouth and Strauch heads that one out for a throw-in. Wow. Ball across to Senesi now. Rodon's going to let that one go out for a goal kick there. Quite a long time to hold on to it, though. To the lead, I mean. Quite a long time. Long ball forward from Darlow then. Ampadu with the ball out to the left-hand side for Okafor. Okafor with a great little flick down the line here for Goodmanson. Goodmanson trying to keep hold of it as he's being pulled around by Adley, I think it is. It was Adley, yeah, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Goodmanson getting the crowd up for it as well. So it looks like it's going to be Longstaff, the Leeds' second goal scorer, who is going to be the one to cross this one into the box. Longstaff then fires this one in. Goalkeeper catches it. He does drop it, but catches it and then looks for an option. Throws it out here to Truffert. Aronson just trying to cut that passing lane as they've given the ball back into Adams, who plays it across now to Diakite. Long ball forward from Diakite here. Good foot there by Sean Longstaff, and Leeds can clear. As far as Calvert-Lewin, who just can't quite keep it under his spell. Longstaff with a header forward. Diakite with a header back again. That's going to be a free kick against Goodmanson there on Adley. Seems to be a little bit of a battle between Goodmanson and Adley here. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong tab. There we go. Free kick then. Deep comes in from Christie towards the back post. Bulls in the box here with Evan Nielsen, who tries to spin and shoot, and it was always going to be a very difficult chance to take, and he sends it over the bar. Might be some substitutions for Bournemouth in a second, so just for now I'll put Bournemouth on the screen there. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. What a goal that was from Longstaff before, just seeing the replay, by the way. So Bournemouth making a couple of substitutions here. Christie has come off for Brooks. Oh, do you know what? Let's just do the Leeds subs. Who cares about Bournemouth when Leeds are winning, eh? Here is Senesi at the back. Now to Diakite. Good foot there by Goodmanson. And Brooks goes to take it. Here's Diakite now. I can't remember whether Longstaff was the corner taker or not for Rodon's goal. Cross to come in here from Truffert, but tackled by Aronson well there to stop the cross coming in. And eventually Truffert has to go backwards here. He's Tyler Adams. To Semenyo. Now Scott. Adams again. Good tackle there by Aronson, and Leeds have got a break on here. Aronson can't quite keep hold of it. Too many Bournemouth players for him to go past. Here's Ampadu. Now, Aronson gets fouled and Leeds can win a free kick. Calvert-Lewin couldn't keep that one under control, and it bounces all the way through to the goalkeeper. Here's Adams. Now Diakite. Little flick from Brooks towards Tavernier, but Leeds can pick that one back up, and now Strout can clear it. Up towards Anton Stack, who does really well to give the ball back to Goodmanson there. Goodmanson wins a throw-in, takes the pressure off Leeds a little bit. Teo Nunez, why? Who scored? Man City 2-1 up against Burnley. Yeah, Chelsea still 1-0 up against Brighton, but have had a man sent off. Man City 2-1 up against Burnley, and Crystal Palace still 1-0 up against Liverpool as well. Darlow rolls that one out to Rodon. Ampadu plays that one all the way back to Darlow, and now Darlow out to Strauch. Now Goodmanson. Ooh. Yeah, Scott was on Ampadu very fast there, but it is going to be a Leeds throw-in. Jack Harrison is getting warmed up for Leeds. No, I don't have him in my fantasy team, unfortunately. I've got Salah as captain, though, so I'm hoping that he scores one. Goodmanson. Anton Stack. Goodmanson again. Now Okafor's done really well there. Okafor's still going here. Okafor spreading the play out to Bogle on the right-hand side. Here's Bogle on just outside the box, and Aronson will be able to get that. It'll be on the touchline, but he'd rather let it go for a corner, thinking we're more dangerous from corners than we are from open play, which is a big shift, isn't it, since the Championship days when we had a little counter down there below, didn't we, saying how many corners we'd had since we last scored a goal from one. Longstaff then is over to take this corner kick. One arm up from Longstaff signals his corner type. Corner comes in towards the penalty spot. Headed by Rodon. It's bouncing around, and Rodon manages to get a shot on it with his foot, but it rolls straight through to the goalkeeper, Petrovic, in the end. Unfortunately there for Leeds, because that could have been 3-1 there. We look dangerous from set pieces today. Here's Tavernier. Now Stack, all the way back to Darlow, who clears that one with his left foot. Away by Goodmanson after the Tyler Adams header. Good foot again by Okafor, headed by Scott. Now Ampadu gives it a good old whack out to the right wing for Aronson, and Bogle to chase down. Bogle's done so well to keep that in here. Here's Aronson, pokes it to Bogle. Bogle can't quite take it with him. Aronson was a poor pass really to Bogle there. Now Semenyo trying to run up the other end. Semenyo loses the ball though, and Leeds can again come up the other end here. It's a bit mad at the moment, but here's Anton Stack. He's got Okafor in support out on the left. He's also got Goodmanson making a run. Goodmanson's going to keep going here to try and get the ball, and he is going to get it. Goodmanson does so well there. He's still trying to go here, Goodmanson. He's kept the ball in. Oh no. It's a corner though. Corner to Leeds. He's done really well, Goodmanson. Bogle wanted a penalty before. But by the way, if a penalty gets announced or if a goal goes in or anything, please do not tell me until I've seen it and reacted to it, because otherwise it'll spoil the game for me. Well, Okafor is going to make his way off the pitch now for Jack Harrison. What number is Harrison? Number 20. Here we are. Back underway again. No penalty was given for that. That's going to be a free kick to Leeds from Evan Nielsen pulling on Strauch. Here's Strauch. Goodmanson. Strauch's going to play that one all the way back to Darlow, who's going to send it long first time. Calvert-Lewin with a good header. Diakite nearly lost out to Jack Harrison there. Jack Harrison's still going to be chasing down the defender here, and Jack Harrison gets a block on it from Jimenez, and it's going to be a throw-in here to Bournemouth in their own right-back position. Jimenez being told to walk back and take that from a little bit further back. Goodmanson does well to win that. Jack Harrison inside to Stack. Stack with a good turn. Now Aronson plays it to Longstaff. Good little bit of play here. Oh, Longstaff just play it to Ampadu instead of going completely backwards. Now Strauch. Ampadu. Ampadu's done well there because he was under a lot of pressure. Gets the ball to Longstaff. Longstaff to Bogle. Good little bit of play here from Leeds to keep the ball under pressure. Excuse me, a bit of a voice crack there. Now Bogle. Gets the ball to Aronson out on the right-hand side. Now Longstaff. Ampadu again. Into Stack. Aronson tries to take a touch but loses out, and now Bournemouth can come forward. Here's Alex Scott. Ball out to the left wing here. Good foot there from Sean Longstaff. Sean Longstaff's having a really good game. Despite just take the goal out of it, I think Sean Longstaff's still having a really, really good game here. Jimenez looking to try and cross the ball in the box here. He's nutmegged Jack Harrison and he tries to chip it in towards the near post. Darlow just catches that one gratefully. It was actually Brooks in the end, sorry, not Jimenez. Goodmanson tackled by Semenyo. Harrison's done really well to turn out of that though. Harrison's still going here. Drops it off to Longstaff. Longstaff with the ball out wide to Aronson. Aronson needs a bit of support. He's not really getting it. Oh, he tries to play a ball through to Calvert-Lewin. It's not a bad idea. Good bit of play by Anton Stack, and Harrison shoots! Good save by Petrovic in the end, because that was going in the top corner there. And that's going to be a foul by Aronson, and a yellow card probably to Aronson as well for pulling back there. But really good strike. It really reminded me of the one. You remember when we beat Newcastle 5-2 and Harrison blasted that one in the top corner? That was the kind of strike. It just looked like it was kept rising towards the top corner. But the goalkeeper pulled off a really good save there. Another cross into the box. Goes over everyone and out for a Leeds goal kick. Tavernier nearly put it in the top corner with that cross there. That was worrying. Yeah, this is just a replay from before. Aronson was just really holding back True Fair. Just knew he needed to slow everything down a little bit. Yeah, it was a good strike from Harrison, but it was pretty much straight at Petrovic. Somebody put the bench down in the chat for me below, please, because I, like I said before the start, was in a bit of a rush to switch everything round and get everything set up. Good little header there. Calvert-Lewin's definitely going to be offside, so he has to leave that one. Ampadu comes in for the header. Foul, though, by him, and it's going to be a free kick to Bournemouth. Semenyo having a go at Ampadu here. Well, maybe they're just having a friendly conversation now, but I think Ampadu did get a yellow card then. Yeah, I think it takes the wind out of you, that what Ampadu just did to Adams. It would have been a painful one. Strauch does well to clear that one. I think it actually hit the roof there. Diakite now. Longstaff just trying to force his his opposite number back a little bit there, but Longstaff has gone down under a bit of pain here after what seemed like it might have been a bit of a stamp there from Alex Scott. Thank you, Pierre. I'll put that on the screen for everybody. Yeah, kicks him right in the shin there, Scott, with studs up. Harrison, Melier, Justin, Biol, Gruev, Tanaka, James, Metcher, and Peru. So we do have some options in terms of attacking threat as well with Dan James and Metcher and Peru as well. Bournemouth are going to make another substitution here. Jimenez, the right back, is coming off. And in his place is going to be Gannon Doak. Yeah, Sean Longstaff showing the actual physical injury there that he'd been given by those studs up. That studs up challenge there from Alex Scott. Just seeing all the goals back. Yeah, Semenyo just gets a tiniest touch on the deflection from Rodon's header, and then the second goal for Leeds is an absolute peach from Sean Longstaff. Just gets a bit of slice on it right into the top corner, hits the post, goes across and goes in. Really, really good goal. Back underway again here, though. Ball down the line here, and Strauch is going to be able to come across and clear that one. Oh, Evan Nielsen's just completely missed the ball there, and Rodon can play it into the feet of Aronson. I would give Aronson a break, you know. I think the thing is, Dan James coming back from injury is one thing, isn't it? But Aronson, I think, is he played well earlier, but I think he's going off the boil a little bit. Oh, he's done really well, Calvert-Lewin there, to get the ball back to his ex-Everton teammate Jack Harrison, who shoots and slices that one into the crowd there. Not a bad idea, but in the end, wide. Excuse me. In the end, wide of the target. Here's Tyler Adams. Now Bournemouth trying to come forward again here. Senesi over the halfway line. Now Tavernier. Up to the left-hand side for Truffert. Tyler Adams gets the ball back in the centre circle. Leeds sitting quite deep now. In a bit of a almost a 4-4-2 with Stack coming forward to help out Calvert-Lewin with the pressing when he needs to. Good tackle there by Aronson, but it is going to be a Bournemouth corner kick. So that's the thing, yeah. If Aronson coming off, if you bring Dan James on, I think he injects that bit of pace, doesn't he, into your forward line when you are late on in games. I think it would be a good idea to bring him on before too long, really. Corner kick comes in. Darlow misses it, but it does go over everybody, and it's actually going to go out for a throw-in on the opposite side to Bournemouth. Semenyo swapping the ball there for some reason, but he's going to nevertheless come across and take the throw-in. Thanks, Chaz. 1-1 Chelsea-Brighton. Danny Welbeck. Headed up in the air away by Strauch as far as possible, and now Semenyo, but that's going to be a foul by Diakite on the Leeds player there. Goodmanson, I think it was. I think Diakite went through the back of him, and let's have a little look at this again. Yeah, he just shoves him to the ground there. I don't even know if he knows he's coming, to be honest. Does well, though, Goodmanson, just to win the thing. I think might have took the wind out of him a little bit. You can see he's coughing a little bit there, but yeah, I think Chelsea have been down to 10 men from quite early in that game. $15 minutes to go then here. I'd think about bringing Dan James on soon. Good header by Calvert-Lewin there for Harrison to chase down. He's done well to get the ball off Tyler Adams here. Harrison still going. Harrison's kept the ball, but he has had to go all the way back to Strauch now. Harrison gets it back. And again, back to Strauch. Thanks, Mr. P. Mr. P with the £2 super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat, Mr. P. For fingers crossed for another Leeds goal. Well, we might have one here. Here's Calvert-Lewin trying to come across the box, but he wins Leeds a corner kick. Leeds United have a corner kick then. We're going to leave Mr. P's super chat on the screen until this corner's over, because it might be the fingers crossed we need for this goal. Let's cross my other fingers as well. We've got 4 sets of fingers crossed and my toes. Come on, Leeds. Let's see if this works. Oh, I can't hold it for that long whilst Tavernier is pushing over Anton Stack. Ball about to come in then from the cross. From the corner, headed by Strauch over the bar. Never mind. 12 minutes to hold on then in this one. Remember, guys, stream sponsored by Match Bingo. So if you just scan the QR code below, you'll be able to, maybe for next week's game, now that we're this late in the game, for next week's game, you'll be able to get basically a bingo card related to football. But remember, gamble responsibly. Link in the description for both Gamble Responsibly and Match Bingo. Here is Brooks out on the right-hand side. Tyler Adams. Across now to Senesi. Now back to Tyler Adams again. Here is Brooks. Diakite. Oh, Scott the ball in the box, but it's been pushed back a little bit here, and now they're going to try and give the ball to True Fair. Now Senesi. Good tackle there by Joe Rodon. Calvert-Lewin trying to bring it forward. Lost out there though, Calvert-Lewin. Joe Rodon needs to go and get back in position. I need to mute the Leeds Creator Cup group chat. Bollocks, it's gone. Here's Jonathan Brooks. Jonathan Brooks? He's not called Jonathan Brooks, is he? I think that's a referee. Ball into the box, away by Strauch. Only as far as Diakite, who's now in an attacking position. It is John Brooks, though, isn't it? David Brooks. Thanks, Goz. But that's a poor cross into the box there from True Fair, and it's going to be a goal kick there to Leeds. Yeah, thanks, guys. I forgot that it was David Brooks. I couldn't think. All I had is Jonathan Brooks in my head, and not Babbling Brooks either. Leeds fans in full voice. As it stands, Leeds and Bournemouth would be 6th and 7th. Bournemouth 6th, Leeds 7th. We'll be getting a nosebleed up there, won't we? Ampadu. Tyler Adams is being substituted off, much to the cheers of the Leeds fans, and Krupi is coming on for Bournemouth. Climbing on the back there, surely. But Strauch can clear that up. That's Diakite who heads that one away, and it's going to be Leeds United to take a throw-in out on the left wing here. Don't jinx it, CB, but yeah, we are doing well, aren't we? Ball cleared. Joe Rodon has it now. Now Sean Longstaff. Goodmanson tackled by Semenyo, but that's going to be another Leeds United throw-in just by the halfway line. Oh my God, why does WhatsApp disappear so quickly when I'm trying to mute it? Mute for 8 hours. Thank you. Strauch does well there. Now Ampadu. The Leeds player down here, but Ampadu's done really well. It was Longstaff that was down, but Leeds can carry on forward here. Here's Ampadu. Can't believe that Aronson's still on, really. He looks knackered. Great ball by Ampadu. Bogle tries to get the ball across the box, but a fantastic tackle, really, by, I think it was Ben Doak, who, of course, Leeds were linked with. And the ball back now with Petrovic. Here's Tavernier. Back now to Diakite. Across to Senesi. Now here's Alex Scott. Doak back to Scott again. Oh no, it's not Scott, it's a different player, but he tries to cross it into the box here. Here's Diakite. Ball back out to Tavernier. Tavernier across into the middle. Great block there by Longstaff, sliding in to stop the shot from Krupi there. Good tackle. If you're new here and you've enjoyed the stream, make sure you go ahead and hit that big red button and subscribe to the channel. Here's Diakite. Now Senesi. Bournemouth trying to get the ball forward again here with Brooks towards the back post, headed across the box, Strauch away, and now Harrison clears that one too. Can't quite get the ball to Calvert-Lewin, but Diakite has it here over on the right-hand side. Here's Brooks. Now Senesi. Tries to play a ball forward. Terrible shot in the end by Krupi as the ball bounced up to him in the box there. Leeds need to be careful here because we are riding our luck at times. Brooks with a long ball forward here. Sorry, no, it wasn't. It was Senesi. Yeah, and if that had been a good strike, that could have been 2-2 there. Aronson's going to chase that one down, and he is going to get there to stop the ball going out for a corner kick, you know. Aronson does well there to retain possession for Leeds. Gets a round of applause by the Leeds faithful. Here's Bogle into Calvert-Lewin, whose little flick can't quite get over the top. That was a handball there, but Leeds have got the ball back. Here's Calvert-Lewin again. Now Aronson. Aronson, just try and go down the line. He's done well there, Aronson, and got a ball back to Bogle. Bogle tries to cross it, and it's going to be a Leeds corner. Bogle lifting the Leeds crowd. Corner kick to Leeds then. It's a really good bit of play by Aronson. Got the ball into Bogle. Sean Longstaff then to take the corner kick. Longstaff whips the ball in the box. Header! Wide by Rodon in the end. 50p ahead that time, Rodon. The thing is, I feel a bit... Oh, Leeds are going to make a substitution. Brendan Aronson is coming off, but it's not for who you'd expect. It's actually Al Tanaka who's coming on. So number 11, Brendan Aronson, for double that, number 22, Al Tanaka. So I don't know whether Al Tanaka's going to go out and play out on the right wing or whether he's going to tuck inside and make it a more compact, basically play a little bit more of like a 4-4-2. Here's Diakite now. Hi, Hugh. Welcome to the stream. Now, Alex Scott, Diakite, Semenyo, Scott again. Well, with Tanaka coming on, he looks like he might be playing out on the right-hand side. I wasn't sure whether he was going to basically play as a right winger or whether he was going to play in the midfield and tuck in a little bit more to have basically like 4 centre mids. Here's Krupi out on the right-hand side. Now Tavernier into Semenyo. Gives the ball back into the midfield here for Brooks. Now Senesi. Senesi with a little ball onto the edge. Tavernier. Back out to Truffert. Now Senesi again. Senesi tries to cross it in the box. Darlow can come and catch that one and fall on it, and he will take his sweet time over this one. By the way, everybody, I am not available to be live for the Spurs game next weekend. I will do a match preview, a tactical preview, and I will do a match reaction as well. But just so you're aware, I will not be able to do a live watch along, but we'll be back the week after. Here is Krupi. Hi, Webs fan, welcome. Diakite. Brooks. Spreads that one across to Senesi. Senesi with another chipped ball into the box. It's going to bounce over everyone. And Darlow can... he can actually hold that until someone comes and puts pressure on him enough for him to pick the ball up. It's experience from Darlow. Just keeping it... keeping it professional. Petrovic throws that one out to the left-back position. Now Brooks. Yes, yeah, sorry, I mean, whatever the game is that's after that. Here's Tavernier. Now Brooks. Alex Scott. Out to the wing now. Good tackle there by Leeds. It's going to be a Bournemouth corner kick, though, in the 90th minute. There is, of course, going to be some time added on as well here, but as it stands, 25 seconds to go, and this corner kick from Bournemouth to come in. Jack Harrison just watching that one on the edge. Ball comes in from the corner kick. Oh, wow. The header was going in the back of the net and a shoulder from a Leeds player saved it. But there was some sort of foul in there and the referee blows his whistle anyway. It is a shoulder. It touches him above the line, above the shirt line. Yeah, the referee had already blown his whistle anyway, so I'm not sure how you could possibly give that. There's 5 minutes added on. 5 minutes added on, everyone. Here's Strauch. Heads that one away. Clearance there. Metcher is ready to come on. Here's Tanaka. Tanaka does lose the ball there, but he gives away a free kick. Ampadu's going to get himself a yellow card for kicking the ball away there. Man City 4-1. Yeah, you'll have to go and pick your favourite Leeds YouTuber for the Spurs game and go and watch their stream, and they'll have a 200 and odd more viewers. Well, Metcher is going to come on then for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Number 14, Metcher. I think Darlow could have scored. Darlow. Why do I keep confusing Darlow and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, probably just because of the D at the start of their names. But DCL is replaced here by Metcher. I think DCL could have potentially scored a couple of goals in this game. Ball from Brooks. Flicked on. It's 2-2. It's 2-2. What a joke. To me, he looked like he might have been offside, but he looked like he might have been offside, but a long free kick coming forward like that and going in is shocking to concede like that. He's going to get a yellow card for taking his shirt off, and surely to God, that is... he's not. Ampadu plays him onside. Yeah, 2-2. 3 points into 1. No, there's nothing for it to be checked for. No offside. Yeah, it's 2-2 and we're underway again. That's gutting that because, yeah, we deserved a win out of this game. I think we've been really good. Good tackle by Stack there. But now it'll be Bournemouth pushing for a winner. Yeah, I would have taken a point before kickoff, but it's just gutting to have it happen like that, isn't it? Leeds have won the ball back here through Tanaka. It's especially when you've made defensive substitutes like bringing Tanaka on for Aronson instead of Dan James, and then they're coming forward again here. Here's Doak. Good tackle by Rodon. Keeps the ball in there, Rodon. Metcher heads it back there to Longstaff. We've got 45 seconds left here. Metcher tries to keep that one going. Ampadu heads it forward towards Tanaka, and that's just going to go out for a throw into Bournemouth. Who scored for Liverpool? Here's Krupi. Now Diakite. Another ball forward here. Rodon clears that one. Chiesa scored. Bloody hell. We've now had the 5 minutes. Semenyo then with the long throw in. Headed away by Rodon. Only as far as the edge. Brooks goes to shoot and it's going to be a Leeds goal kick. You've got to feel like that's probably the last action here. Why do Man City manage to score 5 against Burnley every time they play them? I can't believe that. Should have won this game. Referee still hasn't blown his final whistle. Why has it gone on so long? We're now nearly a minute and a half over the allotted time. Here's Tavernier. Ball on the edge of the box here for Truffert. Senesi. Cross into the box. Away. They're going to shoot here. Great block by Joe Rodon. And that's the final whistle. That's the final whistle. Oh, God. I can't believe that. I really can't believe that. I really cannot believe that. Leeds on 8 points after 6 games. It's not bad at all, is it? But it could have easily been 11 with the Fulham game and this game. It could have easily been 11 points that we're on now, which would have put us in 3rd. Same as Bournemouth. Yeah. You have to be winning in those positions, don't you? When you're ahead like that, you have to be winning. You have to be winning those games. Well, look, like I said, everybody, I'm not here /live for next week's game against Tottenham Hotspur, but I will be back after the international break as well. And of course, there'll be videos in the meantime. Of course, there is going to be a watch-along when we come back, and there'll be tactical previews, match reactions, all that stuff still. So thanks for watching Leeds Lately. Check out today's sponsor. Use the QR code or the link in the description, and remember, gamble responsibly as well. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining me. I think, by the way, there is a thing now where the community tab, I think, is open. And so I think people can put their own posts and stuff on the Leeds Lately community page, so that then there can be discussions and stuff between fellow fans and stuff. So feel free to do that if you want to. But thank you, everybody, so much for joining me. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Very, very unfortunate. We would have took a draw before kickoff against Bournemouth, who are playing really, really well at the moment. But it's gutting when you were 2-1 up. Thanks for watching Leeds Lately. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. And yes, I shall see you in the next one.